World War II was the biggest war of all time. Today in this video, I'm going to go over 10 best World War II movies ranked. Let's get into the video. Number 10, City of Life and Death. City of Life and Death is a Chinese drama that depicts the Battle of Nanjing, which Western historians have described as the forgotten Holocaust of World War II. The Imperial Japanese Army invading Nanjing, China, and brutally attacked and killed women and civilians. Director Liu Chuan's recreation of the vile events that occurred in Nanjing is vivid and chilling. The film's black and white medium adds to the murkiness and terror in an elusive way that helps to draw awareness to one of the catalysts of World War II. Number 9, The Pianist. Based on the autobiography The Pianist, the extraordinary true story of one man's survival in Warsaw, 1939 to 1945, this 2002 biographical drama The Great Escape was made in 1963 and is an epic war film starring Steve McQueen and Richard Attenborough. Made with a budget of around $11 million, some modern audiences may begin to nod off during this picture's 3-hour length. Nevertheless, if war film buffs are strong enough to persevere, Metacritic seems to think it is well worth it. One common criticism of The Great Escape is its overt propagandizing of war in the face of pressures from the US government when it was made during the Vietnam War. The Great Escape's portrayal of warfare is profoundly different from more modern depictions such as Saving Private Ryan.
How are you doing, WWII?
Well, like I told Max, I was trying to cut my way through.
Number 6, Level 5. 1997 French drama and psychological horror Level 5 takes the most unique approach to World War II cinema out of every movie on this list. Audiences follow a video game developer who is creating a war game, and Level 5 in her game is a bottle of Okinawa. Another event in World War II that scholars argue is under-recognized in the Western world. The film's 90s cyber aesthetic is methodically crafted and brought to its fullest by director Chris Marker. Nevertheless, it earned relatively abysmal box office numbers when it was released.
Mais comme sur tous les réseaux, on y faisait toutes sortes de rencontres. Il paraît même que les initiés arrivaient à se connecter sur les sites.
Number 5, Overlord, 1975. Not to be confused with Overlord, the 2018 popcorn Nazi zombie survival film, this Stuart Cooper film is another black and white entry on this list. It takes an intimate look into the perspective of the one young boy soldier who eventually crashes the beaches of Normandy. The film also sheds light into the protagonist's personal life, which includes a love interest he is forced to leave after being called upon for the D-Day invasion. Cooper's film depiction of the most famous battle of World War II is admirable, especially considering the limited resources at his disposal back in the 70s.
David Harris. Nicholas Ball.
Number 4, Letters from Iwo Jima. Another unique cinematic take on World War II, Letters from Iwo Jima is a Japanese-language American film directed by Clint Eastwood. The 2006 drama shows multiple perspectives of the Japanese as it reflects on the Battle of Iwo Jima between the United States and the Imperial Japanese Army. It is fairly interesting to see how an American director was able to create such a resonant portrait of the suffering and sacrifice of the opposite side. Letters from Iwo Jima is certainly a major cinematic feat, even for someone as distinguished and legendary as Eastwood.
Oklahoma, that's where I'm from.
Number 3, Saving Private Ryan. Famously, Steven Spielberg screened Saving Private Ryan for several World War II veterans, and they were so moved by the director's realism, both in terms of the film's visual effects and sound, that many of the men had to leave the theater, while some endured intense PTSD. Spielberg's portrayal of World War II also offers a rich story of sacrifice and perseverance that is incredibly touching. Spielberg's masterpiece is one of the most effective and persuasive anti-war films ever made, not to mention the cast is almost too good to be true. Number 2, Schindlers List. Schindlers List is another black and white film that focuses on the atrocities carried out against the Jewish population in World War II. Spielberg takes an objective, unscented look at the Holocaust and the varying perspectives that endured during one of the darkest periods in human history. The film is profoundly heart-wrenching, and Spielberg created a film that will forever serve as a memory for the millions lost. Schindler's List won 7 Academy Awards, including Best Film.
Boxes of Cuban cigars, the best. And dark unsweetened chocolate, not in the shape of ladyfingers. Chunk chocolate.
Number 1, Dunkirk. Perhaps surprisingly for some, Christopher Nolan's modern World War II picture finds itself at the top of the list. The film follows the naval forces of the Allies as they are trapped on the coast of Dunkirk and is a result of the pressure point put on the German forces. The 2017 action drama is a thrilling watch, and the modern CGI really brings the visuals of warfare into full effect. The only reason why it's surprising to see Dunkirk ranked so high according to Metacritic is the undeniable legacies of other World War II movies mentioned here. Similar to Spielberg, Nolan transitioned into the war genre after finding some tremendous success with sci-fi and action films, and in both instances the resulting attempts at something new or brilliant. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.